What if your Social Security payment shows up earlier than expected, but it's not extra money, and spending it the wrong way could leave you short the following month? As January 2026 approaches, millions of Americans are about to see changes in their Social Security checks, and for some people, those changes could quietly affect their budget without them even realizing it. Payment dates are shifting, benefit amounts are adjusting, Medicare costs are rising. And all of this is happening while everyday prices still feel high. Knowing what's coming now can make the difference between feeling prepared and feeling caught off guard. Welcome back to Money Hook, where we break down Social Security, retirement income, and real-life financial changes in a clear, calm, and easy-to-understand way, without complicated charts or confusing math. As we close out the year and step into January 2026, many Americans are watching their Social Security checks more closely than usual. The start of a new year always brings changes, but January matters more than most months, because this is when updated benefit amounts actually show up in your bank account, not just on paper. For some people, this brings a little breathing room. For others, it raises new concerns about whether their income will stretch far enough while everyday costs still feel high. Today on Money Hook, we're going to walk through the January 2026 Social Security payment schedule, explain what's changing as the year turns over, and talk about what it could mean for you as we head into the new year together. Before we get into the details, I want to ask you something simple, and you can answer it in the comments. As we move into 2026, what worries you most about your finances right now? Is it rising prices, healthcare costs, or just making sure your income stays steady month after month? Even a short answer helps, because when people read through the comments here on Money Hook, they often realize they're not the only ones feeling this way. Now let's talk about the January 2026 payment dates, because some of them look a little different this year. If you receive supplemental security income, your January 2026 SSI payment will arrive early, on Wednesday, December 31st, 2025. This happens because January 1st is a federal holiday, and when the first of the month falls on a holiday, the Social Security Administration sends SSI payments on the last business day before it. If you see the deposit hit your account before the new year even starts, don't worry. That payment is still your January benefit. It's not extra money, it's not a duplicate, and it doesn't mean anything went wrong. It's simply how the calendar works. If you receive Social Security benefits from before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your Social Security payment is scheduled for Friday, January 2nd, 2026. This group follows a different payment schedule, and that date stays the same even with the holiday at the start of the month. For everyone else, Social Security payments are based on your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment arrives on Wednesday, January 14th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrives on Wednesday, January 21st. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment arrives on Wednesday, January 28th. When you look at the full January lineup, SSI payments arrive early on December 31st. Social Security payments for people who also receive SSI arrive on January 2nd, and birthday-based payments arrive on January 14th, January 21st, and January 28th. There's one more calendar detail that's especially important for SSI recipients. Because February 1st, 2026 falls on a Sunday, the February SSI payment will also be sent early. That means SSI recipients will receive another payment on Friday, January 30th. Some people will see to SSI payments close together in January, one for January and one for February. It's not extra money, and it's very easy to accidentally spend it thinking it's a bonus, so planning ahead really matters. Most people who use direct deposit will see their payments arrive overnight or early in the morning on their scheduled date, depending on their bank. Direct express payments usually load the same day, although the exact timing can vary. If a payment doesn't arrive right away, Social Security generally recommends allowing a few business days before contacting them, since banking delays do happen. January is also when the 2026 cost of living adjustment begins. The COLA for 2026 is 2.8%, and for most retired workers, that works out to an average increase of about $56 per month. For people receiving SSDI or survivor benefits, the increase varies based on their current benefit amount. For some, that increase helps cover groceries, utilities, or prescriptions. For others, it doesn't feel like much of a raise at all. One reason the increase may feel smaller is Medicare Part B. Premiums have gone up for 2026, and for many people, those premiums are deducted directly from their Social Security check. That means while your gross benefit goes up, the amount you actually receive after Medicare deductions may not increase as much as you expected. There is a protection called the hold harmless rule that prevents many beneficiaries from seeing their Social Security checks go down because of Medicare premium increases, but it doesn't apply to everyone. New enrollees and some higher income beneficiaries may feel the increase more directly, which is why two people can receive the same COLA and still have very different January experiences. At the same time, how people interact with Social Security continues to change. The agency has been moving toward a more digital-first system, encouraging people to handle routine tasks online whenever possible. For many people, this makes things easier. You can update direct deposit, download benefit letters, and manage your account without driving to an office or sitting on hold. Phone and office wait times have improved compared to past years, but for people who struggle with technology or need face-to-face help with complex issues, this shift can feel stressful. Fraud prevention is another major focus. Social Security has tightened identity verification to protect benefits, and while stronger security helps prevent scams, it can also mean more steps, more paperwork, or even in-person visits for legitimate beneficiaries. Balancing protection with access remains one of the biggest challenges right now. There is some good news heading into 2026. The Social Security Fairness Act continues to be implemented, ending the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. These rules reduced benefits for many public workers, including teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other government employees. Millions of payments, including retroactive adjustments, have already been issued, and for many families, this change feels long overdue. At the same time, long-term funding remains a concern. Remember, Social Security's trust funds are projected to face challenges in the early 2030s if Congress doesn't act. That doesn't mean benefits disappear, but it could mean future reductions. Overpayment recovery is another issue affecting households. If Social Security determines that someone was overpaid, future benefits can be withheld to recover that money, even when the overpayment wasn't caused by fraud, which can feel overwhelming for people living on tight budgets. All of this is happening while inflation, though lower than its peak, is still affecting everyday costs like food, housing, insurance, and healthcare. Many people feel that financial pressure hasn't eased as much as the headlines suggest. You may also hear talk about possible rebate or stimulus-style payments, but for now, those remain proposals, not guaranteed income, and they're not something to rely on when planning your monthly budget. As January approaches, it's important to keep a few things in mind. Put your payment date on your calendar, especially if you receive SSI and C payments close together. Remember that early payments may belong to the following month. Double-check your account information when possible, and slow down any time someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security, because real representatives won't threaten you or demand immediate payment. So, Social Security is still doing what it's meant to do, sending payments on time to millions of people. But confidence today is shaped by how easy it is to get help, how secure the system feels, and how far each dollar stretches. As we head into 2026, do you feel cautiously hopeful, still worried, or somewhere in between about the future of Social Security? Share how you're feeling in the comments, because your voice helps others here at MoneyHook feel less alone. If these updates help you stay informed, like the video so more people can find MoneyHook, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next update. More changes are coming, and I'll be right here helping you make sense of them. Thanks for spending a little time with MoneyHook today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon.